Ta-da! Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of Nightbane with us. Sorry that we were closed down last Saturday, but I wasn't feeling the best. Still may have a few problems here and there, so please forgive me if I have to mute myself for an extra long time while I have a coughing fit. And we might take an extra break here or there. We'll see how it goes. And my voice might be all over the place, but we will do the best we can and hopefully be entertaining for you. As far as other upcoming news for our week, please remember to join us on Tuesday nights for Vaughn's Into the Madness as his D&D campaign gets crazier and crazier.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Though this coming weekend being a holiday weekend and us all being exceptional Halloween fans, there will not be another Nightbane on Saturday, and there will not be a Tales of Andrea
on
the Sunday,
Yeah.
on the Halloween day Sunday. So there will be Tales of Andrea tomorrow.
Yeah.
Please stop by and watch us. But that next Saturday and Sunday, we will be closed to do some fun Halloween stuff. Beyond that, we do, for Nightbane, we do use a lot of Google Maps or Google Earth. I always try and keep a coordinate posted in both the chat and on my overlay as to where the group currently is so that you can see, follow along. Makes it very nice for being in the area and the towns and being able to see what they can see. Beyond that, on some catch up of where they are doing, they are still, Hook and Maxie are still traveling with Flora Diamonds, who they met up, who was trying to go to where the resistance site was, and at least they met her. Kind of makes you wonder how many other people might be out there searching for a resistance site that doesn't exist. Then again, maybe they got the new coordinates. Everyone has by now received new coordinates for another site. It's in Canada. Last episode, the group did a lot of traveling, a lot of encounterless traveling, a few border agent patrol problems here and there, but overall they got a lot of the distance out of the way, and they are currently in Canada, 2 days away from the meetup site resistance coordinates. It is October 6th at 9 p.m., the start of their day. Is there anything else you guys would like to catch up to or change up before you start heading west?
I think we're just heading west. Trying to get to that resistance base as quick as can be. Little eager. I know Cook wants to sit down and read this book profusely until he's gotten everything he can from it. And on the road is not easy to do that.
That is very, very true. So you're gonna head off, head west. My bad. A little bit more green up here in Canada than there was going through the Montanas and Wyomings. You are going to get to about 20 miles in on your day. And this is not necessarily a stopping point, but Cook, you can easily tell you are approaching a ley line.
This would be the one that heads north and south.
This is the one that's heading due north-south.
Okay. I will look at Maxie and about to hit another ley line. This one's heading north and south. Not good for traveling on, but I think that confirms a bit of a thought that we've been having. They're all converging a bit up north. If you ever want to find it, this might be a good one. Unless we come across another one on the way there.
Maximus continues.
What is that? That's 3 now, right? Yeah, that's 3. I'm beginning to draw maps in my head and try to think.
Okay. And you continue. I don't know what it is with Canada, but I guess there's not much going on up here.
Them Canadians, eh?
They know how to leave people alone.
Yeah.
They're not out here searching for you or hunting or whatever.
They
So-
understand the meaning of privacy.
Yeah.
Canadian NSBs just be sitting in their offices like, hey, we'll do it tomorrow, eh?
They're fine people. Nothing to worry about, eh?
You haven't killed any of us yet, eh? They don't all talk like that. We should...
No. No. Actually, none of the Canadians I've ever met talk like
No,
that,
neither of
so...
For the day, I'm going to stop you at that point.
Ooh.
Or if you prefer some closer point, but yeah, it was just a little island in the middle of a lake, which you really can't get to, but somewhere in that area you're going to stop for the night or for the day.
Real good at swimming. I have no idea.
You can take a bath finally.
I am very good at swimming. That is something I am good at.
Turns out I'm not good
The
at
camel
swimming.
agreed with me.
I'm good at doing backflips. I can do a backflip.
Well, I guess you guys can go swimming and see if there's anything in this lock.
See the naked mole rat go into the water and just start doing the doggy paddle.
How are you breaking up your shifts? I believe you had changed it up so that you didn't have to re-hide Flora.
Yeah.
That's right, she was at the end, so it was me at first, then Maxie, then Flora at the end.
So, hides, wilderness survival, to see if Flora can be hidden.
Oh, we leveled up. It's easier for me to prowl now.
Aha.
Yeah.
65, which is exactly how much my wilderness survival is at now. 65.
Nice. 36.
And then my pro. 37.
Awesome. Everybody's hidden. Cook was first.
Yeah. So, perception.
No encounters. So you don't need a perception.
Oh, good. Good.
Maxie?
Ooh. Get my hour of reading in.
Get your hour of reading in.
Reading the spell book.
Okay. No encounters?
I shall return and awaken.
Flora.
52 on my prowl.
Okay. Yeah, really nice. No encounters.
Excellent.
Another day and night of no encounters.
Day and night. Ooh.
We are now on the 7th. Starting out. And we're still heading west.
Max, is there ever a day where I'm going to be able to ride on your back while reading?
No.
All right. To each their own.
Okay, let's see here. First encounter check. Nope. Second encounter check. Nope. Third encounter check. Nope. Wow. You're going to get to that point, the resistance meetup point. You're going to know when you start getting closer to it, Cook, that it is on a ley line. It is on a ley line that is heading northeast.
Well, alrighty then. That's 4. And Maxie, it's a ley line again. These people were smart.
Clearly.
You enter the area of the coordinates. Perception checks.
Perception.
$13.
13. You don't see a camp. That's for certain.
Where did I? It's only a +2. I go to 17.
Definitely no camp, no evidence of a camp. Cook, give me a principles of magic.
Ooh. You've got to be kidding me.
Under a ley line. What'd you get?
99.
Jeez, it's like almost impossible. But anyway, well, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You guys are wandering around the coordinates. You know what the twins can do. So maybe no one has decided to include you yet.
Brittany. Freddie. Anybody? They know what we look like, right, Maxie?
Maximus has taken a moment to sit down and scratch behind his ear with his back paw.
Oh. Hey, Floor, the twins, they have this thing where they hide the camp. I mean, they might still be keeping themselves hidden from us, given the new person and reckless and I don't know.
Maximus
I'm pretty
growls at Cook.
trustworthy.
Okay.
See? Reckless. That's what I told you.
Freeze. Things have happened. The first thing either of you noticed is Freddy.
Oh, hey.
And he's got his finger on his lips. You also notice that there are a lot more. None of them that you have seen before. These are all Nightbane. They all are in military uniforms, highly equipped, impressively trained. There is no wasted movement. They have formed an 8-point star around you, each one pointing out in a direction. eyes perfectly attentive to anything. There are also 4 more who are pointed at you, have weapons drawn at you guys. You can tell that they don't look like, they're bloodthirsty. They are just covering themselves. Very professional. You see somebody walk up, looks like an officer, and does this little spin movement with her finger. For a second, you saw another Nightbane kind of appear and then disappear. And no one now is moving it whatsoever.
You see truth.
Okay? They're Nightbane.
Okay.
They are military through and through. They all have the same uniforms. They all have basically the same goals. There is no bloodlust or kill in any of them.
Okay.
But they are highly professional.
I'll use
After
sense
about
magic.
Okay, you can sense magic. Which you should have the first time, but you notice that there's a tree that is emanating a magic that you guys had walked by.
I'm an idiot.
This other
Acknowledging.
Nightbane comes back in and says, "We're clear." And again, the level of military professionalism is so high. No one changes their positions. No one moves. No one relaxes. They're all have their points and they are all watching them for anything that can happen. But the lieutenant does come up to you.
Howdy.
She goes, "Evening, folks. My name is Lieutenant Christy Barnes." And at that moment, I don't know for comic relief, but you hear a huge exhale from Freddy. And she looks over at him like, "And you were holding your breath this whole time, you idiot?" If you don't mind, we would like to scan you to make sure that you are Nightbane before we proceed. Is that allowable?
Maximus nods.
She looks at you, Cook.
Debates for a second to do Soul Shield and then... Alrighty then. But in what preference?
What do you mean in what preference? As she pulls out a rod, starts looking at it, goes up to Maxie, like watches the color patterns on it. Nightbane?
Can I do a POM on that rod?
Yes. Comes up to you.
Why? 95.
No clue. Must be magical, but no clue.
Those dice have betrayed me so badly.
She goes, "Nightbane." She goes over to Flora.
Not Nightbane.
Nightbane. Okay, all 3 of you are Nightbane. And again, without issuing any commands, the 4 that are focused on you flip, and the outer 8-point star formation reforms to a 12-point star formation, watching the outer. Everyone's watching out one way or another. No one was ordered to change. They just, boom. changed instantly. Now they don't have to watch you. We are part of the militia of the Americas.
Well,
You counter the NSB, yes?
Yeah, we on the NSP.
Hmm.
And the Nightlands, the hounds, hunters. We resist a lot. Do you have anything on you that's tracking you?
Maximus will pull out his bag and provide all of its contents for her to go over.
I'm not entirely sure that's what she meant by anything there, Maxie, but as far as things following us, anything that dared try to get close ended up dying. That includes a weird lizard, long tail, easy to kill.
Easy to kill. She chuckles a little bit at that. She looks over her stuff. She looks back at the only other Nightbane who isn't part of the star pattern, who keeps popping in and out, like he's playing with Shroud, but he's only visible when he's standing still.
That's a handy trick.
You know, he kind of looks over everybody, says, I don't sense anything that's tracking him. She goes, well, good. This is just a extraction point back to our base. If you would care to join us, then we could be somewhere way more at ease and comfortable and safe while we decide next steps. Freddie says he knows you guys, so...
Is that guy, is he going to be there?
Which guy are you pointing to?
The one that's going in and out.
We'll all be there.
Oh, okay.
You also do notice that Freddie is not in a uniform.
Hey, Freddie, how you doing? Oh, wait, no, hang on. I could do better. Hey, Freddie, how's it rolling?
It's been interesting, to say the least. It has been interesting.
Well, that's good. Everyone all fine and handy? But we're good to go whenever you like. Flora, I don't want to speak for you, but I think Max and I are probably going to be heading off with these people. Would you like to join us?
I find the resistance. This kind of seems like I did.
Kinda
I'll
does.
join.
Everything could be a trap. I say that with a bit of a wink, as a sarcasm.
The lieutenant does not take it as sarcasm. That's a good way to live.
We almost got ganked by a couple of, ganked. I've never used that word in my life. We almost got killed by a few NSB people. Off a bit of a wild goose chase. Looking at Freddy. That's alright though, we managed to survive. Should we be going?
Yes, let's get going. She raises her wrist up. You can see she has a bracer on of some type.
Can I do a POM on that?
You can try.
I'm determined now. I want to understand something.
It's magical.
Ooh, 40.
It's magical.
Oh, sweet.
It is definitely not made out of the same leather as anything you've ever seen. It is definitely not made of Principles of Magic level stuff. It's made with higher level stuff. She goes, okay, stand by. We're jumping back in. And all of a sudden there's a flash of light. You're temporarily blinded. And then you see yourself on this island. You are in Canada. This is definitely not Canada. This is where I'm going to need the first of the impress rolls. percentage. I need above a 50.
You need above a 50?
Yes.
I got a 50.
I didn't. 37.
So, Cook, you are a little bit in awe of what you're seeing right now. This looks to be about a square mile island, flat. It is covered from one end to the other in military complex bases, barracks, training grounds, rifle ranges. You see Nightbane in various uniform running all over the place. If you had to guess, in the tens of thousands.
How many of them are in their Morphous forms? And how many of them are being fake?
Most of them are in their Morphous.
Nice.
You don't see many. You see some maybe civilians, which might be in a facade form or just not have a Morphous capable of being different. But this is not just a little group of people who got together and decided to form a militia. This is military personnel, military trained. And the music really changes all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to do? Can't hear you.
I didn't expect the volume level, sorry.
Yeah. This is a fully functioning military command base of operations. Lots of training, lots of squads, lots of things. Maxie just made his impress, so he's still super impressed about the amount of professionalism and everything that's going on, but this is a lot. This isn't just a handful. Cook, you're just in awe. You've never seen a military of Nightbane this well organized, this well armed, this well suited. I will give you a perception, Cook.
I'm flabbergasted, looking around, just like...
Yes.
Small town boy. Who never left until he became a Nightbane, so... This is... 16.
No.
So you are just, in awe, looking at this, watching all this. And then something else starts to strike you about this place. It's crystal blue clear skies. Not a cloud in the sky. But then you realize there's also not a sun in the sky. But it's bright, illuminated like there would be. But there's no star or sun. And then you realize, hold it. You feel like you're at a 4-point nexus. But you see no lines. No ley lines, no nexuses. But you feel like this place is dead center of a 4 ley line nexus point. This place is magical as well.
Little tears.
Yeah. It's so beautiful.
Maximus is going to look at Cook, see if he actually, and then say, "Wir sind nicht mehr in Kansas."
Did you just say we're not in Kansas anymore?
Yes.
Genuine tears. Like, Maximus, I think that's the most beautiful thing someone's ever said to me. I'm impressed.
All the other military personnel that were with you have moved off. The lieutenant is still with you, and so is Freddie. And at the moment, so is Flora. Because the lieutenant, who's Christy Barnes, by the way, a little of a weird Nightbane Morphous. She has no eyes, no sockets where there would be eyes either. But she definitely doesn't seem to be acting like she can't see anything. And she's also very corpse-like, her skin color, very pale.
I know that.
Yep. But in a uniform that is, well, perception rolls from both of you.
14.
Hey, me too.
You could have swore that it was wilderness camo uniform. But right now it's urban camo.
I have so many questions.
Most new arrivals do. Yes. I've got some time I can spend answering some, directing you guys.
Great, fantastic. Where are we? First off, there's no sun in the sky, and it feels like we're in a bit of a nexus right here. So I assume we're not inside either the same location, or has my mind just been blown in something I don't know just happened?
Where this is exactly, one, is a huge secret.
Okay.
Probably only the top generals and a few other intelligence officers may know the location. Most of us, we don't know. We know that we can hop in and hop out of this area, and we use it as our staging base of operations. We are extra careful who we bring here, and that nothing can be tracked here. And we're pretty safe here. How it was created, we don't know. We found it.
Is there a library?
Sure.
Great. Do you have teachers? Taekwondo, martial arts, that kind of stuff? That's my specialty.
This is a full military base.
So that be
Every type of military training is available here for the recruits.
Oh, right.
If you join our resistance.
And where do we do this joining?
You have to talk to the captain who's in charge of recruiting for one of the generals. He will do an assessment of your skills and will set you on the necessary courses for training. And you can join our ranks.
And where is this person of which I can talk to for that?
If you guys want to, once we're done talking a little bit here, I can take you to him.
Perfect.
You can sense magic, Cook?
Oh, yes. I can.
That makes you useful too. In other ways, we don't have that many magic users.
Ah, well, that seems to be the path I find myself on. Stumbled across a book here that rightfully belongs to Flora here, but she's been letting me read through it. Try to get bit of a better understanding to the whole principles and such. And quite frankly, I enjoy it.
Well, definitely, if you decide to join us, you're definitely going to have a place. These bracers, which allows us to hop in and hop out, they're the only thing that control the speed of our operations, because they have to be recharged every time they're used, and we do not have many that can recharge them.
Alrighty then. Looks like I already have a purpose. We'll see if I can fulfill it, or if the criteria is favorable. Now, of course, Maxie and I are part and part ourselves, but Flora here's been traveling with us and been kind enough to show us some support on our way here. Don't want to ever speak for her, but she's quite useful as well.
Freddie speaks up and says, "Why don't you let me take Flora to see Brittany and see if there's how she wants to fit in, if she wants to fit in."
Flora, Brittany would be the pseudo leader of the resistance group that's been sending out the coordinates for us. She's nice, been nothing but kind to us.
Okay. Then if you want, I can take you to see the recruiter.
That would be most pleasurable.
You lead,
Okay.
I'll follow.
She starts leading away. You let me know at any time you get tired of me saying the level of military professionalism around here is just through the roof. You know,
It's quite evident.
these guys are not weekend warriors. They know their purpose. They know their jobs. They know that they are important. And what they're doing is important. You pass many training grounds where there's lots of different types of training going on. Hand-to-hand training, weapons training. You also see something else interesting. You see it a couple of times, and then you realize that it's actually happening. But these soldiers that are in these uniforms, they seem to be able to have or not have hands as they wish, whatever their morphos is. So they can be hand-to-hand claw fighting, chainsaws, whatever, and in an instant, on a roll, on a flip, come up and be firing an assault rifle.
That's handy.
Eventually, it's going to take a little bit of time. It's about a quarter-mile away. You see that this is definitely divided up into certain divisions. You don't know what they are, but you can definitely tell that there are different colorations in the uniforms, just little variations, but indicating different groups, different commands or something. You walk by a fully operational motor pool with no tanks, but Jeeps, Hummers, APCs. Very well equipped, very well maintained. You do not see any aircraft, which would probably be extremely difficult to hop in and out of this place anyhow. But you see on the beaches every now and then some obstacle courses that people are training on, and then there's also some, like, volleyball nets and things that they're taking a little bit of downtime with. Eventually, she brings you before this office building. It just has a number on it. Let's say 48. Building 48. I don't know why, but has no other words on it. And she takes you in. Goes into this office complex area. Again, lots of Nightbane military. Some working at desk jobs, some just wandering around as runners of information. And she comes in and she goes, I've got a couple of possible recruits that I think Captain Randy Woods would like to interview.
I smile, showing my eyes and teeth, and wave with my long, nailed fingers.
No one even gives you a second look. Somebody comes up and says, okay, please have a seat. We'll get the process started.
How close quarters is this close quarters we're in currently?
It's efficient.
But I can still fit into my morphous full.
Oh, yes.
Okay, good.
But you don't know how. You think about that and you look back at the door. It looks like a standard sized door, but you never even thought about it. And you had no problem walking in.
I know it's magic.
I don't know. The lieutenant says, I need to leave you here, but you'll be taken care of. And if anything, once this is over, they'll tell you how to get back to, I believe it's Brittany's group, if that's where you'd like to go and talk next, or we'll see what happens. But welcome to the base.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
This place got a name other than the base?
No.
Alright. Well, thank you, Lieutenant Barnes. I hope you have a splendid rest of your day.
She kind of does. She almost stops herself from saluting. But she yep, have a good day. Walks out.
I was like, oh, no. Okay. I had a thought.
You had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thought. In about 15 minutes, a soldier, non-ranked, non-commissioned, with a clipboard comes out and says, who would like to be first?
Maximus will approach the fellow.
Okay, we need to create a quick dossier real fast of your past accomplishments. Name?
Maximus.
Maximus, cool. And do you mind if we scanned your history?
Maximus twists his head in confusion. Go ahead.
Scan his what?
Okay. The guy just sits there and goes, thank you. Starts playing with his clipboard. After a minute, you can see his expression starting to change. He's like, circles something. Looks like he's trying to verify that. Comes back. He's like, holy shit. And then does some more stuff. Over 40 verified NSB kills. Over 20 verified doppelganger kills. Xenomorph kills. Nightland lizard kill. A hunter single-hand kill. Tracker. Vampires, but they got away, but that's normal. Nightland's lizard kill. Wow, impressive. Nightland's waste coyote, not so impressive, but okay. Nightland's serpent bird, stalemate. Interesting. Wow, you are incredibly talented.
Serpent bird? I don't remember a serpent bird. Was that the thing that... Oh, maybe I do.
I do not like snakes.
Oh, yeah, now I do. I remember that.
Overall, over 60 verified kills. Yeah. Is this a test?
I start clapping.
Did somebody just send a regular soldier in here just to see if we could identify them? That's impressive. I don't think that there's going to be any problem having you as a recruit. But for the moment, if you don't mind sitting back down, and he walks up to you, Cook. Goes, also need to create a dossier of your past experience. May I?
Color me curious. I'd like to know as well.
Kind of gives you a really strange look and goes, okay. And he starts the same thing.
Trying to
Jotting
look over.
some things down on... Basically what you're seeing is you're seeing words write themselves on the dossier on this notepad. Every now and then he circles something and it's like it's a verification and it goes away and comes back again. And it's way more detailed than you would ever remember. Every NSB agent you've ever killed is actually named. Every doppelganger that you actually ever killed is named. Gives their place of operations. Very unique dossier system. Doing verified kills, and again, it's basically he's doing the same thing. It's like, who are you two? Again, over 40 NSB confirmed kills. About 15 doppelganger confirmed kills. No hunters. Yeah, most people can't kill a hunter. But you got a Nemtar, a hollow man. Oh, wow. Okay, jeez.
Give us a week, we might get a hunter.
Xenomorphs. Wow. Nightbane hunters, yeah. Vampires run away. And he just goes through and basically you're seeing that for like the last few months, everything you've ever killed is listed out. He goes, finally finishes and goes, okay, please have a seat, sir. I'm sure the captain will be seeing you shortly.
Go and have a
And
seat.
then
Hold my hands.
he
and
also
smile.
notices. He also the last notice or the last thing you see him note down or get noted down is level 4 magic user, and that's circled 3 times.
Pull out my book. I'm going to start reading while waiting.
Do you? Give me a Principles of Magic.
Okay. My mind went through a whole rigmarole there of ooh and then oh. 53.
Okay. Which book was this that you were pulling out?
I was pulling out the just the normal Principles of Magic book.
Yep,
Not the
that's what I
spell book.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, Principles of Magic. You pulled out the Principles of Magic book. You're like, oh, okay, well, I got some time to read. And you get ready to start reading this, and the book is acting weird. It's like, it's acting different. You don't know why. The information is not changing. But if you have to guess, you'd think it's something with this environment that you're in. That it's harmonizing with the magic around. And then you start going, hold on, this doesn't make sense. The book wants PPE. It wants you to give it PPE.
I'll give it 100.
Didn't even phase it. It wants more.
You greedy bastard. I'll give it another 100.
Same thing.
Did it feel like it was having any effect, or is it just not enough being pumped in?
Not enough being bumped in.
Okay.
It definitely wants to do something. But it's going to take quite a bit of PPE.
I will continue reading and just wait for a bit. Gonna have to...
You realize that if you stop, that you will lose what you've put into it.
I'll give it 250. Give it the rest.
Give it the rest. You mean another 250 or a total of 250?
Aren't we at a nexus point?
You're at
feels like
a
we're at nexus.
4-line nexus point.
Yeah. So you have like a bunch of temp PPE.
Okay, 4-line nexus point. How many temp PPE do I have?
It's 5 times 1 plus 4. So 5 times 5 per level.
Oh, 5 times 5 per level. So 25 per level. 6. 090. I have no. Okay, well that's all in there already then. Means. So I'm at a total of 200 right now. Or I've pumped 200 in. Do they
You've pumped
stack?
200 in, and you feel like it needs another 200.
Oh, then yeah, I'll give it another 200.
Okay, you give it another 200. And the book harmonizes with the area, syncs with it, becomes a part of the magic in the area as well.
Maxie, you've really got to read this book.
You will get 15 minutes of reading in now before somebody comes out to get you. But you realize that you got a full hour's worth of reading done in 15 minutes.
Holy snap. So it's like syncing up the really crappy 4G phone internet access to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, something like that.
Huh.
You don't know exactly what just happened, but your book is now in tune with the same magical flows of energy. Even though there is no ley line or super nexus point, the book is now attuned to what's ever here, giving that magic out, and is affected by the multipliers now. As far as read time goes.
That is nice.
It's a dude! Well, I'm just grinning, smiling. Haven't even noticed the person who's walked up.
Maximus, Cook, if you guys would follow me, the captain will see you now.
Maximus will then grab Cook by the shoulder and lift him up physically.
Oh,
And then Maximus will follow the
right. Okay, yep.
And he walks you down a hallway and into an office where Captain Randy Woods is standing behind his desk at the moment. Again, in a military uniform, urban camo at the moment. This is a very hard morphous to explain. He rolled Fallen Angel from Unearthly Beauty. So he has a very highly physical perfection form with wings. His limbs are mechanical. And he is simultaneously 3 different type of animal forms. He is a bull centaur. He has canine characteristics on a lot of his claws, a tail. But beyond that, he is also fully avian. Very hard to describe. A mix mash of a lot of things. And from the places where mechanical meets flesh, there are a lot of sores and boils that are leaking. He goes, "Gentlemen, thank you for coming to see me so soon. I understand you just arrived, but after looking over your dossiers, you both are quite accomplished. How can I help you?"
Are there chairs?
Yes. And
Maximus,
he gestures towards the chairs, and everyone can sit down.
Maximus will take one of the chairs. Does it fit him?
Yes.
Perfect.
Don't know how again.
I also missed what he asked.
I'm walking and looking around.
What can I do for you guys? Are you interested in joining the militia?
How frequently do you go up against the NSB and what lies behind them?
It all depends on intelligence. We're not just recklessly attacking them. But in order to accomplish our goals and survive from this base, we probably do 20 or 30 sorties a day.
Maximus begins to nod
Of
happily.
various levels of, need.
You said of this base. Does that mean there's more?
Yes, there is. This is just the base of the Americas. We have coverage over North, Central, and South America. There are other bases. I do not know where they are. I do not know where this one is. But we do have a global military presence trying to fight back. Basically, we're just limited. We want to make sure that we have good intel because they definitely know we exist and are always trying to set traps for us as well. And we do have a limitation of how many times we can enter and leave the base.
That would explain a lot.
Whenever we get a good ops, we schedule it up and somebody takes it on.
Well, I would like to be involved in taking down the NSB and what lies behind them. So if that means assisting you, then here I am.
Very good. And you cook?
I walk around, finally get to the chair, take on my own facade as I sit down in it. I never was much of a military person. Never cared for or liked the idea of being issued around, told where to go, not having my own free will to do what I like. You have an Acquisitions and Magical Appropriations Center? Appropriations, that's a weird word.
We do have a magic division, yes. And we definitely could use some more staff there as well.
Keep me out of the military side of things, but I'd be happy to assist in those fields. I'd also be happy to assist out in the field if need be. I've grown quite accustomed to being around Maximus here.
The magic division is part of the military. You have to join as a recruit in order to join. We don't have that many civilian jobs open here. Most of the civilians here are just here. I really don't understand what they're doing. They probably go through some training, some lore training, to understand exactly what's going on out there and why this fight is so necessary. Most who go through that sign up because this is, plain and simple, a fight for everything alive on Earth. Now you can join, get the basic training, basic combat lore, basic military lore, and work in the military, in the magic division, but that will not exclude you from fighting.
Oh,
No one is excluded from fighting.
I have no issue with the fighting aspect of things. What I have issue with is with being told to go to my own death if I am given an order. I don't agree
Well,
with
you
the
shall
aspect.
find that is something we cannot afford. We cannot afford to lose Nightbane that way, being just sent to their death for some stupid order. That's why our intelligence checks on our raids, our attacks, are highly verified and vetted first. Every Nightbane that dies brings the enemy that much closer to winning.
I'll stand up, changing back into the Morphous form. And I'd like to use See Truth. See if I can see his true form.
You're looking at it.
He's in his true form.
I mean
and
his facade form, sorry.
looks like a human,
Get it right, gosh.
mid-40s.
Then I'll reshape and take on his facade and smile and say, "You had me at intelligence."
Says good. We need more magic users and more intelligence ops.
Now that, taking back on the Morphous side of things, like, that is just what I can do. That's nothing compared to the magic.
Of course. We don't understand the magic. No one here does.
Well, you leave me to the magic, you leave me to the understandings, and you give me plenty of them books to study and read, and I will help you understand.
And who knows, maybe next time Anubis shows up, you'll talk to him.
Color me excited. Who's Anubis?
God of death and magic from Egypt?
Oh, we talking fictional again? Because,
No. They weren't fictional. They were some of the first Nightbane on the planet.
huh. You know, that does make sense. Yeah. All right. Let's go find the god of death and have us a conversation.
Well, he's not here right
Oh,
now. He
bummer.
rarely is. But I will conscribe you both, and I will set you up for some very basic lore to get you up to speed on what's going on, what's happening, and what we do know of everything that has happened. Sure, you don't know much beyond the dark day that happened a year plus ago. But Nightbane have been around for tens of thousands of years. So have the Night Lords. This has been an invasion that they've been planning for quite a while. And luckily they made a huge mistake. a year ago.
They
They
woke
won't
us
make
up.
it. They didn't realize that that's what they were going to do, but yes. In one day, they created over 1 million Nightbane. And they don't want Nightbane. But you will learn more in your training classes. He writes some orders out to you. Hands you each a piece of paper. And says, go see a quartermaster. He yells out a name. A runner runs in, says, take them to the quartermaster. Let's get them started, get them issued, and get them someplace, barracks, and we'll get their classes going so that they can start becoming functional, useful members of the militia. Welcome to the militia of the Americas.
Maxie, did he just by byproduct call us useless until now?
Maximus looks at Cook, shakes his head slowly, then turns back to the runner and says, lead on.
The runner will run you for about 15 minutes through the base.
Feels like a casual jaunt.
Yeah, and you'll realize there isn't, even though there is a motor pool and jeeps and stuff, no one uses them. Everyone prefers to get around by running or flying, those that can. He gets you over to a quartermaster. He's like, fresh recruits. Very good, very good. He hands you a rifle. You each get a rifle. This does not look like any military rifle you've ever seen, except for what you've seen this Nightbane army use. It is not any governmental-based AK-47 or anything like that, M16 or whatever. This is fully custom-made. It just is called a Nightbane assault rifle. You are explained that it is a 50 caliber caseless assault rifle. The magazine holds 100 rounds. It can fire a single bullet, 3-round burst, or a full auto. Each bullet is 3d6 times 10 SDC.
That's a lot of damage.
What was the damage on that again?
3d6 times 10.
3d6 times 10 per bullet.
I know with how I'm rolling. I just did it again.
What?
I just rolled 2 1s and a 2 again. The dice
still
do not
40.
like me. I know, it's still 40, but...
Says keep that with you. You do not use it until you're taught how to use it. If you accidentally fire it, it will probably be taken away for a good long time. The other thing he hands you is a uniform. It looks like a standard military uniform. Currently in urban camo. He says, don't know if you've had experience with these things, but they're called polysilk steel. You need to feed them at least 1 PPE a month. They can survive on less, but then they'll become unresponsive. Or you can feed them more and teach them new tricks. The uniform clothing will fit automatically over anything. Whether you're in facade or amorphous, it will change with you.
Good news, Maxie. You don't have to be naked anymore.
It has a flawless AR of 8 and 150 SDC of its own. It can replicate any type of clothing that you can show it and train it. Right now it's set as a military uniform. It knows the differences between the camo styles. For whatever environment you're in, will automatically change. But it's up to you if you wish to train it to do other things.
Quick question.
Yes.
That flawless AR
Does not stack with your bracer.
Okay, so while wearing this, I will have just a flawless AR of 8, or the armor will have 8 and I will have a different one?
You will just have an 8.
Okay, overall 8. Good. Thank you.
It does have also the ability to suppress claws or other strange morphous hand forms to give you the use of hands to grab, use, and shoot items. It is that completely your choice. But if you work with it well over time, it will learn how to anticipate the need of switching. Basically, though we don't like to say it, treat it as a pet.
It's a happy dog.
And it will do lots of things for you. For now, that's all that you'll be issued. And he calls for another runner to take you to some barracks. And that runner, unless you have any other questions for the quartermaster at this moment, the runner will take you to your barracks.
Yeah, when we're out there killing things, do we have to, and I kind of shake the rifle, do we have to use these things?
It will depend on your circumstances. Most of the time it would probably be a good thing, but if you have something better that you can use, you can always use something better.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
When we get to the barracks, Maximus will put on the military uniform.
Okay. Very comfortable.
He puts it on still in Morphous form, so.
Yep. No, it has no problem whatsoever.
Perfect.
It stretches where it needs to stretch. Fits like a glove. Very breathable.
put mine on.
Okay.
Feign not liking it for a moment, and alright.
You can't.
Lay out my nice clothes that I spent a lot of money on, and take the form of any clothes. How do you do that? Can I pump some PPE into the armor and try to get it to take the form of the clothes?
You lay the clothes out in front of you on your bunk, let's say.
Mm.
Okay, and you're looking at it, and you give it a couple PPE. And
Little taste.
it wasn't quick, but it does duplicate it.
Howdy doody. It's cool. It's fancy. Well, are our quarters individual, or is it more of a communal bunk location?
At the moment, you're in a communal bunk location for new recruits.
Are there any others around?
At the moment, no.
Maximus. Look.
What?
I'm wearing the armor.
Fascinating.
That looks like my old clothes. Like I haven't changed. Acid stain and all.
Maximus shakes his head and goes over his rifle, taking it apart, everything, because he knows how to use rifles.
You might see mine's rather recklessly put down, like the nozzle is put into the dirt, which is something you don't want to do. And it's the safety might not be on, but I'm sitting there in the bunk now just happily reading my book. I don't know how to use guns. Cook doesn't know how to. I do, but Cook doesn't know how to.
So, here's the first question. I know a lot has happened.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of impressive stuff has happened. But you guys are now definitely way past your normal sleep point.
Excitement. Adrenaline.
Do you want to try and maintain your sleep cycle? Or no one else looks like they're going to sleep right now?
Maximus is going to attempt to realign with whatever the rest of the base does when it comes to sleep. So if no one else is going to sleep, he's going to attempt to stay awake.
Okay.
I think the adrenaline and the excitement of everything that's been going on, just the shock of the new realm, the magical sense behind everything inside this place where we're at, the fact I can read the book so much faster, would probably make Cook not even realize that it's way past.
Okay.
Like he's gonna essentially try to power through.
Okay. You are going to get about 4 hours of whatever you wish to be doing, reading or whatever, before somebody comes for you guys.
So, would 4 hours be 16?
Yes.
I need to roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I need to do a POM roll for 5. I don't think I'm going to get it because it's insanely difficult.
Not the way you've been rolling, but
Oh, yeah.
what's your target?
It would be minus 75, so I need to roll 10. 10 or lower, because I'm at 85 right now.
Okay.
Come on, lads. Let's make it a 5 before they come and get us. So close! I rolled a 12.
Huh. Maybe next time.
1d6. 6.
Well, that's not bad.
That's a good comeback. Yeah. So I'm at 91. Okay. I love this. This is a wonderful place. I'm happy we're here.
Okay, and then in about that 4-hour period, somebody will enter the barracks and say, recruits, you got your first lore briefing happening now.
Maximus will rise.
Dandy. Close the book. In the bag. Bring the bag.
We will follow.
Follow him out. He just goes across a couple of streets into another barrack area that has been set up as a meeting room. In there, you'll see there's probably about 20 other odd new recruit Nightbane.
Are they all in uniform?
Yes. And so are you. You don't know at what point, but your uniform changed back to the uniform it's supposed to be in.
Well, that's a bummer. We'll get you trained up later.
Okay.
Is the armor alive?
How would you tell?
I don't know. But I've just had that thought. Cook's gonna find a seat next to Maximus.
Okay.
Maximus grimaces.
Like, oh, you know you love me.
Okay, in a couple of minutes, Lieutenant comes out. Goes, welcome new recruits. And he stops. I said, welcome new recruits.
Howdy.
And the proper response is greetings, sir.
Yeah,
Greetings, sir.
We'll work on that. You are in the military now. You will need to follow military decorum at all times. But you're recruits. And you haven't had your military decorum training yet. Today, for this session, we're just going to cover what has been happening with the Night Lands, Night Lords, Earth, and everything else around for the last couple of 20,000 years. So, this all actually starts from what is called the Dark. The Dark is a universal living entity of pure hatred and evil. Think of it like a liquid, essential, elemental being. Cosmic level, though. Can travel through dimensions to multiple places. what it likes to do is find a place with lots of life, go there, corrupt it, and then consume all that life in order for it to become stronger, I guess it thinks. No idea. I'm not going to feed it and find out. But the dark has been around forever. It's part of the known universe. And approximately 20,000 years ago, it took its sights on Earth and decided that there was enough life on Earth that it would be worth corrupting and consuming. Luckily, the dark and other cosmic beings like it aren't the only things in the universe. And we don't know what it was, but something prevented the dark from directly occupying Earth. And instead it occupied a mirror dimension of Earth, which is called the Nightlands. Now, the dark is a timeless being. So the fact that it got set back really meant nothing to it. It just meant it had to start a new methodology of how it was going to invade Earth. Earth was protected by a mirror wall. Think of it as a dimensional barrier, which separates the Nightlands from Earth. In the beginning, the dark couldn't do much. So it started creating its minions, the Night Lords, summoning the Ashmati, and other things from other dimensions that it has previously corrupted, and used their energy and their souls. And over time started building up an army on this side. One of the things that the dark didn't expect or even understand to start with was the creation of doppelgangers. There is a chance for any human on the Earth side to have a doppelganger be spawned out of nothing on the Nightland side. It is a perfect physical replica of the human, but it is very intelligent-less. Not very, doesn't have a meaning of life. It just doesn't have that soul, I guess you would say. Just went about their lives, not really caring who or what they were on in the Nightlands. Eventually, the Night Lords and others learned, since the Night Lords have the ability to control matter and energy at will, that they started retuning the doppelgangers to be their servants, and started figuring out how to travel the mirror wall to Earth and replacing humans with the doppelganger counterparts, so that the doppelgangers could basically act as spies to gather information as to what was going on. And remember, this was 20,000 years ago, at the beginning of human civilizations. Soon after that, another thing happened that the dark did not expect. And that was some of these humans that they were bringing into the Nightlands, as they were replacing them with doppelgangers, started changing in the Nightbane. So the first Nightbane were born 15,000 years ago in the Nightlands. And it has something to do with the Dark's presence in the Nightlands itself. The Dark didn't quite understand that. The Dark thought that the humans were just being corrupted. But unlike the other creations that the Dark is used to, the Nightbane did not cooperate and fought back. Eventually, some of the Nightbane went back to Earth and played various roles. We believe that most of the first of the Egyptian gods were just Nightbane who came back and tried to help. You know, they weren't evil rulers. They tried to help expand their civilizations. Also, a lot of the early Nordic gods also were probably Nightbane. That could take forms of great wolves or great bears or other Nordic mythical beasts. Eventually, the Dark realized what was going on and that was not going to be helpful. And basically through manipulation of the beliefs and religions of the time, got most of them cast out of the earth. That's why most of those gods disappeared. Most died in fighting the Night Lords. Some escaped, hid in the Nightlands, or if they were powerful enough, they learned to dimension travel to other places and get away for now. So this went on for thousands of years. And the Dark decided that didn't really draw the line that it itself was making the Nightbane. The conclusion. Not being a very smart cosmic being, I guess, but hey. It didn't completely understand that it was creating the Nightbane when it brought humans over. And it finally figured out how to penetrate the mirror wall and bring itself, the Dark, to Earth. And that is what we are known as the Dark Day. Its plan was to create the Nightlands on Earth, period, primarily. And start to slowly start absorbing life. Humans, whatever it could find. So it could finish its invasion and move on. It quickly became apparent, though, when the Dark Day happened, and it finally realized that it is behind creating Nightbane. That the Dark somehow creates Nightbane out of humans. And it had to stop. It had to pull back to the Nightlands. It was not ready for millions of Nightbane to be created and start fighting them. That's why the Dark Day only lasted 24 hours. The rest of the world doesn't know how close they came to trying to be conquered. And then actually, they brought so many doppelgangers and NSB agents and other things into Earth during that 24-hour period anyhow, that the governments have failed. They all now are part of the Night Lords and the Dark's design. Their current intention is quite simple. They are looking for ways. They have stopped on their own bringing humans to the Nightlands. That is a punishable by death amongst themselves. They do not want new Nightbane born. and they are actively hunting and killing as many Nightbane as possible. What they want to do is get it down to where there's very few Nightbane left to oppose them. And then the Dark will do the Dark Day again. But this time with not the intention of, oh, we're going to make Earth dark and we're going to slowly absorb everything. It is going to go on a mad rush of absorbing all life this time, so that any humans that might change won't have the chance to. It is going to try and wipe out all life on Earth within that same 24-hour period. And that is what we are here to stop. We have to make sure that we be a presence to make them not think that they can do that yet, that we are fighting them, that we are hurting them and destroying them. Now, there is no way that anyone of the Nightbane, through many, many meetings over tens of thousands of years, no one knows how to destroy the Dark. It's an elemental cosmic being. We have no idea how it is, but we can definitely kill everything else. And if we can, I guess, play that war of attrition, the war of guerrilla tactics, to make it painful enough, we are hoping that maybe the Dark will just decide eventually to move on and find somewhere else to hunt. And we can clean up, after the Dark has left, we can clean up the rest of the Night Lords or Ashmadi or any other beings of the Dark that it brought with itself to start with. But for now, we have to resist. We cannot die. We cannot just flippantly throw our lives around. We must collect every Nightbane that we can and try and bring him into the militia so that they can learn to help protect us, protect everything. It is our goal, hopefully one day, to be able to establish a beachhead in the Nightlands so that we can bring humans over as we see and create more Nightbane. Don't know how many of you have been used to being around the Nightbane, but I'll tell you something that none of you have ever seen and none of you will ever see, and that is a Nightbane child. Nightbane are sterile. We cannot create new Nightbane. The only way to create new Nightbane is by humans coming to the Nightlands. Questions? Besides mine's being blown right now. Changes some perspectives on some things. But
Are you saying we were all doppelgangers?
no. Doppelgangers form from humans. And when they switched places with them, a lot of the humans on the Earth side became Nightbane when they were brought to the Nightlands. When the Dark went to Earth on the Dark Day, just a lot of humans changed. But there has never been a doppelganger of a Nightbane. Doppelgangers only seem to appear from the human counterparts. Of course, that doesn't mean that after the doppelganger appears that human can't become Nightbane, but the doppelganger would not be Nightbane. They cannot doppelgang Nightbane. We'll
Cook
go
doesn't.
through a Q&A for a little bit. Some others will ask some basic questions that you guys already know.
Cook, for once. Maximus, for once, Cook is silent.
I don't trust that. Trust that one bit.
After a little bit, you are dismissed.
As soon as we leave the classroom, I will pump 2 PPE into my uniform to try to make it take on the shape again. The clothes.
It does.
Alright, now I need to know when you stop.
Maximus returns to the barracks of which they've been assigned to make sure he has fully put back together his gun, cleaned it properly, and put it up.
Before you go, actually, while we're leaving the building, I'll look at you. Maximus, you want to go say hi to Brittany?
If you would like to do that, be my guest. Go ahead. I do not think they need our assistance if they are here now.
Well, no doubt they don't, but I'm sure she'd... Well, actually, never mind. Yeah, you go do about your business. I think that if there's either of us that should want seats, definitely not going to be you. No offense.
Maximus has moved on at this point because he is done listening to Cook's ramble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to find Brittany, but keeping a close eye on the uniform. Try to measure how long it is so it takes and keeps the form.
As soon as you pass another soldier, it changes.
What? I do not understand you. 2 more PPE to make it.
It doesn't change this time.
What, are you just being stubborn now? I don't get you. I'm gonna go. No, I can't do that. I don't know. Cook is not liking being inside the military right now. He's gonna be pulling at his collar the whole time while he's walking to go talk to Brittany.
Okay. Give me a perception.
Boop doop. 13.
You do not find her right away. Maxie, just so you know, you can start a new weapon proficiency. Because even though you definitely have auto pistol and automatic and semi-automatic rifles, this is different. It has a lot of the same pieces and parts to it, so you're going to be able to take it apart and put it back together. But it uses cartridgeless rounds that you've not seen before. So it doesn't eject casings. There are no casings to leave around or pick up. So you have to be very careful when you got to the feeding and mechanism and the firing mechanism, because it looked really different. Very efficient though. You do like the design, so you can put down weapon proficiency, automatic rifle, cartridgeless. You can get way more training on it.
I can get way more training on that.
Yeah, there will definitely be more opportunities for training so that you can actually easily repair and clean and things like that and understand the concepts behind firing ammunition that doesn't have a case behind it or a cartridge behind it. Makes it easy for leaving no traces.
Perfect.
You can go into some place and have an all-out firefight, and the bullets are wherever the bullets are, but that will be it. There'll be no casings on the ground for anyone else to identify. Another perception, Cook.
$16.
You manage to capture sight of Freddy.
Freddy.
Yo. What the? Enlisted already? Wow.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Why not? It's a good idea. I'm signing up, but I have to go through the whole recruitment program.
Yeah, well, all they want to do is give you orders. That's all I ever found militaries to be good for. How's the group? How's everyone doing?
For the most part, it's split up once we got here. A good handful of them have enlisted, and they're somewhere around on base. The twins went somewhere else. They took them to a different base. The twins seem to be way more special than even we thought. Brittany has just been keeping track of the rest of them. Seeing if there are any little daily jobs that they can do for them. But eventually, they're going to have to decide what they want to do or move on.
Are you telling me that if you're not part of the military, you can't stay here?
Not indefinitely. Everybody here has to have a function.
So it's serve or die.
Why would you put it like that? They don't
That's the
kill
truth
you.
of it. Nah, of course they don't kill you. They just throw you out to the wilds to die for yourself.
Well, that would make an excellent reason of why you should serve.
Freddy, I admire your lack of understanding of the moral implications of what they put those people through. And I wish I could see this the same way as you. Where's Brittany at? I'd like to talk to her.
She'll lead you to him. Takes about another 15-20 minutes. And she'll lead you to, looks like a barracks area, but more designed for civilians. Got rooms, everybody's got a room. Say, hey, Brittany, ever guess who's back? Cook. It's like, Cook. Been a while. Glad you survived another one encounter, I guess. So, and you found our friends.
Sure, friends, yeah. I was wondering what your thoughts were, what your plans are, and if you know anyone else who hasn't quite decided yet.
There's a couple who I think will eventually decide that they need to go somewhere else. They're just too anti-conflict, even though now most everyone knows the truth and the fact that the Night Lords don't care whether you believe in conflict or not. You will be hunted and killed, and they are getting good at it. So most have decided to join, but a couple just can't get it through their heads, so they'll move on. Think they can go find some place to hide, I guess. I don't know.
Sometimes that works. Most time it doesn't.
Not this time.
What are your plans? What are you thinking?
I'll probably join.
Well, if you know where those people who aren't going to be likely staying are roundabouts, I think I'm a little inclined to make sure they try
To stay?
to stay.
Yeah.
If it means death out there, and this is life, then it's the best chance they've got. Though if they do, that would give me a few deaths to lord over the commanders of this base. Little torn. Says a little sarcasm.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck with that. But I can tell you've already joined.
Pulls at the collar again. Yeah.
From what I understand, those things are pretty comfortable.
Just doesn't feel right.
But you understand the need.
To the ends. That's the goal, is to get to the ends.
Yeah, I mean, if we ever get to the end and the Night Lords are no more and the dark has moved on, then you won't have to be in the military. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, my dear girl, I already could do whatever I wanted. I was going to be heading to the Dakotas. However, in the end of the day, I ended up ending up here, where I can do whatever I want. Life has a funny way of telling us we don't have any control.
Minimal. You could still go to the Dakotas. Don't know how long you'd last.
It's true.
Hate to lose you.
I hate to
you
lose
can
the
help.
magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you can help more.
Help I will. And if it means climbing their ranks so I don't have to take any orders from no one I don't trust, that's what I'll do. See you around, Brittany. You take care.
Sounds like a plan. She says goodbye. And there we will take a break.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! People are alive! And we're in a really weird place and Cook doesn't like it. He loves it, but he hates it. Alright, breaksy time, yeah?
Yep. We will take a quick 10-minute break. So go empty your bladders, grab some more to drink, eat, snack, and we'll see you back in a moment.
Oh.
And welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you got a refill, emptied yourself, you're ready for more. Maxie and Cook seem to be having different levels of fun on this newfound military base. I'm sure Maxie just can't wait to get out and start shooting things up.
Oh yeah.
But he's got to learn some rules first. And Cook is being Cook. He doesn't really want to be part of the military, but he definitely could see in the long run where this is the way it's going to be, and the way that they're going to win.
Lesser of two evils.
Yeah. So we'll get back into it. Maxie's at the barracks. Cook, are you making your way back to the barracks?
Yeah, I'm on my way back.
Okay. Just for convenience sake, we'll say the moment you get back in, there will be another runner saying, next briefing, people, let's move it out.
Maximus will follow.
Okay. They'll take you across a couple of blocks to another briefing room. Again, same picture, lots of new recruits sitting around in there. And eventually a lieutenant will walk in and go, greeting recruits.
Oh no, I've already forgotten what he's supposed to say.
Howdy, Lieutenant.
Greetings, men.
There's a mixed mash of replies. He doesn't look happy, but the proper response is, good evening, sir. Something along those lines. This is going to be just a quick briefing over the structure of the military of the Americas, so that you understand how it is formed, put together, and does runs. The military of America, of course, is in charge of all domains of the Americas, from pole to pole. It is divided into 4 divisions. The first division is the North America Canada division. It is led by General Paul Larson and has approximately currently around 10,000 Nightbane assigned to it. The second division is the Central America Division under the command of General Casey Martinez. Also has approximately 10,000 Nightbane assigned to it. The third division is the South America Division, currently under the command of General Jack Soto, and has approximately 10,000 Nightbane soldiers as well assigned to his division. Whenever an operation is decided that needs to happen, it will, of course, fall to whoever division it lands in. If we need something to happen in Mexico City, it will be General Casey Martinez command and ops, and chances are he'll select people from his own division to run the sorties and whatever. The same goes for North America or South America. Whoever is in command of the area, they will have more intel. Most of the people that serve under them are from that area. So when you're recruited you just don't go someplace randomly. Sorry about that. You get recruited into the region you're from, and they keep the intel pretty clean that way. But I did say that there are 4 divisions. The 4th division, which is commanded by General Jack Farmer, is the Special Ops division. In that division, you will find most of the intelligence branch and the magic branch. They are the ones who usually vet the intel for these missions, and they can assign themselves out to any mission that they deem necessary. So overall, out of this base, we operate about 33,000 soldiers. Now, the way we do things, minimal is we will command, or we will commit what is called a strike group at minimal to any mission. A strike group will consist of 1 officer, 1 NCO, and 12 soldiers. That is the smallest group we operate. We do not send groups out smaller than that, unless, of course, it's special ops and they're doing recon or something. Who knows? They decide their own. But for the other divisions, that is the smallest group we will send out. If a mission needs more than what a single strike group can handle, then we will also send out a command strike group. The command strike group will consist of at least a captain or higher that is in overall command of the strike. They will have at least 3 NCOs and 16 soldiers assigned to their command strike group. And then they can have up to 6 strike groups reporting to them. And they will just set up their area as an area of command and use their main soldiers to relay information. If an operation requires even more than that, then an actual command group will be sent out. A command group is made up of either a major or colonel. It will have 3 other officers as part of the command group and 15 NCOs. There are no general soldiers assigned to the command group. The command group is to be the command on the field of presence, to modify orders as needed, and to command strike groups and strike groups up to 100 if we need so that many. Our objective is a guerrilla warfare. We are not going in anywhere for a long fight. We are to go in, kill, disrupt, get what we need, and leave as fast as possible. A good, perfect strike shouldn't take more than 5 minutes between total in and out. We do not want them to have time for reinforcements or to send reinforcements in to help wherever we decide to strike. Our advantage is speed and surprise. We can be anywhere in the world. Even though we won't be, we leave other command groups or other divisions for other parts of the world. But with our ability to jump in and jump out of our base of operations, we can go somewhere. Hopefully they're not expecting us, do quick kills, get what we need, and then jump out and let them figure out the rest from there. We do not take prisoners. If there are NSB there, they die. If we see them, they die. If there are doppelgangers, if there are hunters, hounds, anything of an agent or a minion from the Nightlands, we kill them. We do not take prisoners. We do not take trophies. We are fast guerrilla strike teams. Let me say that again. We do not look for the extended conflict. We very rarely ever have to have those. We definitely have one coming up if we try to establish a beachhead in the Nightlands, but when that day comes, we'll figure that out. But up until that point, the name of the game is in and out fast, 100% kills. Questions?
Yeah, how do we get into the 4th Division?
You will be recruited. Only by invitation.
And who do we talk to for the invitation?
You don't. They'll find you if they're interested in you. Any other questions? We shall say that there are, of course, other miscellaneous questions that the recruits have. One of them does raise an interesting question. And that is, what happens if we are on a strike mission, say an NSB compound, and there are prisoners there? Either other Nightbane or humans or whatever. Without blinking an eye, the lieutenant says the best thing you can do for them, kill them. Unless we have some way of setting up a previous collection point, we cannot take the time or the risk that they aren't tracked, mind washed, or something. But the odds of finding prisoners are very rare. The NSB usually does not do that unless they are trying to mind wash a Nightbane into serving them or giving them information. Okay, a little more Q&A and then you are dismissed.
What's it look like for like time of day, so to speak?
think it's about 6 p.m. Yet there is no sun to track day by shadows, but it does seem to be getting dimmer.
Maximus returns to his barracks.
Gonna follow after.
Okay. When you get back to the barracks, there is a runner there. He goes, "Recruit Cook. Your presence has been requested."
Take a look at Max. Or Maxie, and that didn't take long. Lead the way.
Okay. You follow him out the door. He takes you a good distance. It's to a whole different part of the base. You can tell it changed. The uniforms around you changed to pure black camo.
Gonna see if I
And you
can
get-
pump some PPE into mine to make it look like theirs.
Not a thing. It will not change to be a black camo uniform.
Worth a try.
You get taken into an office. You get taken into a building. The building has no number on it, where all the other buildings seem to have numbers on. The ones in this section of the base do not. And you get taken into an office. Everybody in the office complex is in a black uniform. And you get taken in an office and introduced to Captain. These are random names, by the way. They just roll this way. But Captain Jack Long. It's like,
Okay.
why couldn't I be Captain Jack Sparrow? He stands up to greet you. Nightbane. Unearthly beauty, physical perfection. 4 arms. Humanoid yet. You can't tell straight away, but he seems to have some feline features. It's not like he looks like a cat, or had cat eyes, or has cat ears, or anything like that. He doesn't have any fur, but if you look at the eyes long enough, they do look a little feline. And he has stitches all over his body. Says, "Good evening, Cook. I would like to talk to you a bit, seeing as how you are one of the rare magic users that have found their way here." And he offers you a seat.
I'll take it.
Okay. He sits down. I am Captain Jack Long, and I'm in charge of all magic for Division 4.
All magic. That being items and books and such.
If it's magical, it falls in my domain.
Well, I think you've piqued my interest then.
Well, it's very rare that we get anybody who has studied for any length of time, especially level 4. You are almost at that max point on the principles of magic.
That was the goal. When I hit that point, I'd be out of my reading materials that I'd have at my disposal.
Yes, that is unfortunate, yeah. Once you hit level 5, while the abilities are nice, magic is not native to Earth in too much of a known way. I could explain a lot about magic if you wish. I'm sure we could have a nice long talk about it. But the main question is, do you wish to continue in the study of magic and help us determine magical items, what they are, what they do, how to charge them, so that we can have more brace chargers for missions, things like that?
Well, I think I just might. I'd be a little more interested in the procurement of said items. But I definitely would like to be able and be part of the studies on how to make these things more efficient. I've come across a few of the items myself, and bits and pieces of it I still don't fully understand.
May I? And he gestures towards your bracer.
After a moment of reluctance, unfasten it, hand it over, and say, just the third one. The other two are sensible.
Yes, the other two are made with principles of magic, but still quite impressive. Plus 10 to strength.
It's quite handy.
And plus 10 to regeneration, that's always handy. But you're right, the third set of ruins are from the arcane knowledge branch. I don't know what they do. What do they do? Do you know?
Well, you ever seen that what's it called? Film where they're inside this computer-generated world that they believe is true. It's got that guy who just dances around bullets.
The Matrix?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. As soon as I started using these things, I started getting matrixy. Dancing around blows a bit more quicker. A bit more easily.
Interesting. Well, definitely a Night Lord artifact. Hands it back to you.
Not Lord artifact. What kind of beings would wear these?
Whoever the Night Lords wish to give them to make them stronger. But it's that leather that's unique. Same as the ring. It's a Night Lord artifact. I don't know how much I'm sure you definitely have not met a Night Lord, because we wouldn't be having this conversation if you had. But the Night Lords are very, very powerful beings. So powerful, in fact, that they can create avatars of themselves. Little lesser powerful versions of themselves that they can send out and do things. But the Night Lords, also being extremely evil and fun in their own way, have been known to create avatars just to kill them, to skin them, so that they can use their avatar skin as the leather source for those artifacts.
Better my backside.
That's why we call them Night Lord artifacts. In order for one to have been created, a Night Lord had to have killed an avatar. And you see how many rings are out there.
That's
They
a
have
whole
fun.
lot.
They have fun doing that. It
Hmm.
gives them pleasure to create versions of themselves and kill themselves. Just to harvest the skin.
Guess there could be a bit of a euphoric sense about the justice behind being able to kill yourself and still be alive.
Yep.
Disturbing.
Now, disturbing. Anything to do with the Night Lords is disturbing.
Disturbing. Mm-hmm.
But as far as magic goes, magic is not a native thing to Earth. Never has been. Now, Gaia herself is a magical being, and she possesses so much PPE that it encircles the Earth in ley lines, nexus points, and she uses it however she wants and teaches others, sometimes shamans, some magic, but it's only the basics. She never has never been known to taught anything higher than the basic principles. The Ashmati that the Night Lords have brought over from a different dimension are the true users and casters of the ancient magics, the arcane knowledges and things like that. So they are the only ones that possess the books of that type. And that would mean going to the Nightlands, going to an Ashmati tower, raiding it to try and steal their books of magic. And to date, not one of those has ever been successful. That's why getting higher than 5 is very rare.
When's the next mission?
We have nothing scheduled for now.
Well, you
It
let me
costs
know when we do.
way too many lives. But we can definitely put you to work, helping us identify magic, study anything that we do find magic, book-wise, library. You know, we do have a small library of spells. And it'll be, of course, open to you to study as much as you wish. As long as you help us identify new things that come along. Interested?
Smile with my big fanged teeth and say, very.
He takes out a box, slides it over to you.
Is there a lid to open the box?
Yep. There's a
Open the
lid to
box.
open a box. It opens easily. Don't know whether you realize it or not, but your claws are now hands. Your uniform
Yeah.
changed.
Change them to hands as I'm like trying to wrap around the claws and...
Yep.
Alright, yeah, that is a feature of this thing, isn't it? That's cool. I like that.
There are LT bars.
Whoo, boy.
Someone's got a
That's
promotion.
a lot of responsibility all at once.
Magic users are always officers.
Little grey hairs start popping from Cook's head as he starts to panic a little on the inside. It's like... Well, as I said to Brittany, pick it up. Whatever it takes. Where do I put these?
On your collar? He shows you where his rank bars are. He's a captain, so he's got captain bars.
The other sign puts them on.
As soon as you put them on, your uniform goes black.
Howdy doody. Captain,
Lieutenant?
I look forward to working with you.
Now that you are officially part of us, I must brief you on your first top secret lore. We almost lost Earth a year ago. Gaia almost stopped it. During the dark day, she decided that it would probably be better to wipe all life off of Earth and the Nightlands, since they were connected at that time, and start over the long game, of course. Give Earth 10, 20,000 years to heal, and then maybe some new life would show up. The way she was going to do this was with what she calls fireballs. Imagine all the PPE that's floating around out there. What you see in ley lines and nexuses is only a small fraction of her power. She was going to cast fireballs at every super nexus point on the planet simultaneously using XPE level of PPE. And in case you don't know the scalings, but there's PPE, and then there's Mega PPE, there's Giga PPE, which is 100 factors each time growing, and then there's multiple others. She was going to use something that was around 100 times 100 factor of PPE to cast Fireball at a damage rating that would be equivalent to multiple nuclear bombs, but yet she was going to cast it over every super nexus point on the planet, which would have enhanced it even farther.
That would have torched the entire place.
It would have torched, yes, everything. And it would have been, one fireball would have been enough damage to instantly kill a Night Lord. She was ready to torch everything.
Shifts a little uncomfortably on the chair.
That's how close we came to losing it. But somebody of our ranks, not out of this division here, was able to convince her to hold. But if Dark Day happens again and we're not ready to prevent it, she'll probably do that.
So now I imagine the end goal here is to get into the Nightlands. Do some eliminating on the stronger, higher echelons.
That's definitely part of, everyone's goal here, yes.
Long-term end game, of course.
Long-term end game, we need to kill everything there is to do with the Nightlands. Can't kill the dark, or at least no one has figured that out yet. But if we can kill everything else, maybe the dark will give up and go somewhere else.
Interesting. Cam, how far along are you in the Principles of Magic?
This captain?
Yes.
He's 5. He is maxed out as far as he can go.
Then I'm sure you understand the needs to get our hands on some arcane knowledge. If we gain this much
definitely
power,
understand the need, but we can't sacrifice thousands of Nightbane just to try. We need a much better plan.
then with your permissions, I would like to request to be assigned, says with disdain, to search on how to best do that. That being finding the resources and the information we need inside the Earth itself for a most profitable assault.
You, of course, can research that at any moment in time, but I still will need you to do general duties of identifying items and books that we bring back and recharging bracers
Of course.
so that we can hold more sorties.
I'll do my fair part, of course, and I'll do more.
Welcome. He gets up.
I stand as well. Do I?
Yes.
Okay, salute.
You salute, always salute a higher rank. He salutes you back down.
It's the right hand, not the left hand.
Yeah.
I apologize about my behavior. I'm
You're new.
learning.
We know.
Yeah, I'm still learning. Captain.
For now, if you'd like to go into the other room over there, we've got a bunch of things laid out on the table. It's mostly just rings of speed and a few other things, but you are welcome to peruse it. See if you can see anything maybe one of us missed.
I'd be happy to take a gander.
I am spread thin.
Maybe finding some people interested in studying the principles of magic might be a good idea too.
We are trying. I of course personally don't understand why anyone would not want to, but it does seem that there are people, even after studying it for a little bit, just don't want to put their mind to that.
Phase out. If I may be so bold again, we did travel here with an individual named Flora. Ooh, what's her last name? Flora Diamonds. She had a couple of books of magic on her. I think she might be a fair shout to look at.
Yes, level 2 magic user. We've looked into her. I will talk to her later if she decides to stay. You had already decided to stay.
Of course. Kind of tap twice on the table. The middle finger there with a second of just thinking. At her morphous form, there's a reason she doesn't take it. Most of the time people end up inside a bit of a shock and awe, gawking at her for a while. It makes her uncomfortable.
He goes through some paperwork, pulls up a dossier, reads through it. Yeah. Took 6 minutes for this guy to write up her dossier.
Sounds about right. She's had me under her spell for about 8. Not all at the same time, and just all unnatural. But that's my recommend. I'll stop making a fool of myself now. Then, Captain, I'll go take care of those items, if at your will, your leave. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at this.
Proceed,
Captain.
Lieutenant.
Wander off to the other room and take a look at some items.
They got about 20 or 30 rings lying out. There's about 10 of the bracers that you've seen used for popping in and out.
What's it take to recharge them?
2,000 PPE.
2,000? Heavens. Yeah, we'll have to make that more efficient somehow.
It's a bracer that can take 30 people in and out. 1,000 a shot.
Incredible. Kind of rifle through a few things and try to find a pen and paper and jostle down some notes Or just carefully looking at each of the items. One by one. Do I find anything interesting? Anything other than the braces and...
The braces are definitely, of course, made with a higher level magic than what is known here, which is interesting considering they were specifically made for just this area. Be able to pop in and pop out. So again, there's that question on who made this area? How was it made? Because it had to have been somebody who was well above principles of magic. And again, the name Anubis pops into your mind. I will need 4 principles of magic rolls. Vaughn, a runner comes for you.
Someone else is getting recruited.
Maximus will
Thanking.
follow the runner to wherever he leads him.
Weapons training.
Excellent.
He brings you to a weapons range and says, "We need to see how good you are. Shoot the targets at your leisure." She points to a table and says, "Here are extra clips."
Right. Maximus brought my gun with me. I would assume the runner would have said to bring it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Maximus, just a little flavor thing there. My gun was still right next to the bed with the barrel in the dirt still.
Maximus did not touch it.
I never touched it after putting it down.
Right, Maximus will clip up and begin shooting at targets.
Roll to hit the first one.
15 on the die.
You hit it nicely. Destroy it. Move on to the next one.
A natural 1.
Completely missed the target. She says, "Slow down your aim."
Maximus takes a breath. And then thinks back to hunting. A natural 20.
Super clean.
Nice. How many targets are there?
There are 10.
10 total?
Yep.
Uh, 12 on the die?
Total of?
What am I adding to this?
You should
My
still have a
strike?
strike modifier.
Yeah,
With
so
a
total
weapon.
of 19.
Okay. Clean destroy.
Nice. I got a 12 again with a total of 19.
Clean destroy.
Ooh, 19 on the die.
Somehow you made it look even better.
There's a lot of die rolls. 18 on the die.
Again, looks very clean.
How many was that? That was 6?
That was 6, 7, 8, 9.
9, so one more.
One more.
19 on the die.
So you completely cleanly obliterated 9 out of the 10 targets. And towards the end, you can tell others were like watching you going, "What the?"
I admire the gun for a second, and then I switch. How many rounds in a clip?
100.
100. Yeah, I won't switch.
And you were firing 3-round bursts.
Yeah,
So it only took you only fired
30.
30. Goes, not bad. How about something more challenging?
Xmas nods.
Yep. Cook. What were your rolls?
I got a 42, 35, 19, and 64. Don't know any challenge ratings, but those are all below my 91 POM.
Yeah. One of the rings of speed catches your eye. You look at it, and you're like, well, it's definitely a Night Lord artifact. It's definitely the runic of speed. But you could tell that it's inverted to reduce somebody's speed by 90%. And then you realize you're getting just a little too close to it, that it's a cursed item. It does not require PPP to activate. All it requires, if you put it on your finger, it would activate and stay there until you could remove the curse.
I will walk outside. Is there like a reception desk somewhere, or like someone just walk over to them? Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to have a broom of some kind around here, would you? Or a long stick, something pointy that's long, a couple of feet at least.
They give you a strange look, but like, sure. We'll have one brought to you.
Thank you kindly. Also, if you know anyone that handles curses, you might want to send them my way too. Just in this room over here.
No, we don't have anybody that can handle curses.
Alright, then I'm gonna need a box with that broom, or with that stick.
Okay. In a couple of moments, a stick and a box will show up.
Put the box in the corner of the room, take a stick, go to that ring, and at a distance try to pin it onto the end of the stick and just kind of usher it over to the box and drop it in the box. Close the lid and... Alright, there we go. Don't touch that. No one touch that.
They all say yes, sir?
Sir? Oh, right. Oh, it's gonna take some getting used to. Could I have a padlock or duct tape? Something to lock it and duct tape it shut and, make sure no one accidentally opens it up and gets a little too curious. And a notebook. Oh, I could get used to this. A notebook with a lined paper would be just great.
They produce it.
I will continue to study, putting aside just generic rings, all the items I've slowly identified, lining up the braces, looking at them and contemplating every now and then, thinking, it's like, there's got to be a more efficient way, but I don't know how to do that. And keep working. I'm curious. However, probably really, really tired as well.
Yeah, to say it's getting pretty late.
Yeah.
There wasn't that many, and it won't take you that long, so you could easily be returning to your barracks now.
I'll take the box, just the box itself, and when I hold the box, does it make me look and make me feel slow?
No.
Or just a little? Okay. I'll take the box and walk to Captain Long's office and give it a couple of knocks.
You hear an enter?
I enter the room and go, Captain.
He salutes back.
Cursed object.
Really?
This one will make you slower. Definitely don't want to be touching it. All the other ones are fine and dandy. Like, they're all up to speed. Didn't find any faults inside the bracers of any kind. Haven't got much of that wonderful energy left today. Spent it all on my book, waking it up. But this, do we have a division of cursed items?
We do now. You're in charge.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Whew. All right. Do you need a written report? Is that more formal or more of the correct way of communication? Oh, you are muted.
Sorry.
That's all right.
No, at the moment, no. Do not need a formal report yet. This was just standard items. It is interesting, though, that we picked up a cursed item. Means they may start planting cursed items for us to pick up on our raids. We're going to have to start being more careful.
The thought had not occurred to me. You're very right. I'll start thinking up and formulating some ideas on how to best combat this situation. Listen how I'm talking. This is weird. I'll see what I can do about it, sir. For now, I'm a bit tired. I think I'm gonna call it in, and if you have anything else for me, just send it my way. Or
Okay. Have a good night.
I'll start going to the barracks.
Okay.
I'm
Maxie.
with this cursed box in my hand, like, what am I gonna do with this?
You took it with you. Huh? Okay, interesting.
David, I don't know what to do with it. Where else do I put it? The most trustworthy person I know right now that I trust is me.
Okay, then.
I probably should. Hang on, I need to leave this to a dice roll. See if he has a brain. Natural 20. So yeah, he will start leaving with it, and then stop and be like, I don't want this around recruits. Turn around, go to the same office lady. And be like, do we have an empty office that has a lock?
Yes. She shows you to it.
Fantastic. May I have the key?
She hands you the key. It's your office now.
Not an office. This is the Department of Cursed Items. It's our temporary warehouse until we can find a better division location for it. Any cursed item goes in here. You're the secretary. Like, go in and put it in and close the door, lock it. What's your name?
You want her name.
Yes.
Fine.
If I may.
Her name is... Her name is Corporal Ida Gardner.
Well, Corporal Gardner, it's going to be fun working with you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
I will head off. The head filled with wonder. Okay. Back to the barracks.
Maxie. She goes, you clearly have talent with weapons. So let's take it to the challenge level. See, maybe if you'd like to go for the high score of the base.
Ooh. What's the high score?
So she walks you over to a different shooting range. You see no targets. She says the targets will pop up randomly with movement. There are 100 targets. You only have one magazine. You can have a full fresh magazine, of course, but you'll have a 100-round magazine. You'll have enough time for one shot per target.
All right, Maximus will switch out his magazine so it's fresh, and switch his gun to
Record
single
is
shot.
77.
77.
Now, the way this is going to work is I'm going to roll a dodge, so to say, that you have to beat, with every target in order to hit it. That will simulate the motion randomicity and all that stuff. I just need to give me a quick second to get this up. Let me know when you're ready.
Are we rolling all 100 at the same time? Or all
No.
100? Okay.
Nope. This is going to be one at a time, so we'll try and get through this. You want the whirlpool damage. It's just,
Okay.
if you can beat my roll, it'll be hit.
Ready.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. 26.
27. I rolled a natural 20.
What?
1. 13.
26. I rolled a 19.
2. Oh, come on. Let's not make this easy. 12.
I got an 8 because I rolled a natural 1.
Okay. Thank God. It's a miss.
On the turns table.
Whoa, where'd he go? There he goes. 28.
Oh, I got 24.
13.
27. That was another natural 20.
10.
19.
Ah, 13. And I'm going for a new dice now.
25. Are you keeping track, Cook? Thank you.
28.
Yeah, I only got a 12 on that one.
12.
20.
19.
14.
28.
20.
12.
A 26.
18.
25.
23.
9.
27.
17.
19.
18.
23.
19.
14.
18. I'm suddenly rolling incredibly average.
20.
19.
10.
21.
All evened out, 10 each. Bless you. If you lose more than 23, Vaughn, you will not get the record.
How many shots have we done?
20 so far. Evened out
Okay.
at 10 each.
Well, that's an at 1.
Oh,
It
I got
jammed
another
for some reason. That'll be a
Mm-mm.
hit. Nine.
16.
4.
27. Another nat 20.
Ooh.
10.
25.
Come on, dice. Reverse this. 16.
9.
2.
20.
8.
Another 20.
11.
22.
12.
Another 22. I just rolled 15s twice in a row.
18.
25.
16.
19.
8.
27. Other than that 20 right there.
15.
12.
6.
26.
14.
Another 12.
8.
14.
7.
10.
Lucky.
I was just like, I did
It's
get this
lucky.
one. And then you
Yeah.
said 7, I was like, oh wow, I did get this one.
14.
19.
Where are we at?
It's 25, 30, 38.
Okay. 15.
19.
20.
11.
13.
27.
Another natural 20.
Yep.
9.
17.
18.
14.
7.
16.
20.
23.
11.
25.
7.
Nat 1.
10.
16.
12.
16 again.
8.
25.
9.
14.
New dice is what I'm seeing. Yeah. That's a 7.
Oh, lucky. 12.
Let's see here, you. Give me some rolls here. Oh, much better. 19.
18. So just barely didn't make that one.
12.
15.
6.
Another 15.
12.
13.
9.
23.
A 1.
Oh no. 26.
12.
20.
8.
18.
12.
22. Oh, nat 20.
8.
27 on that one.
Okay, this dice doesn't like me. That's another 1.
Oh, I got 18 on that one.
You. 12.
22.
9.
21.
15.
22.
8.
26.
28.
9.
'Where are we at?
You're at 50 to 18, so 68.
7.
13.
13.
14.
16.
25.
8.
21.
7.
16.
12.
13. That was another just barely.
12 again.
17.
20.
I also got a 20.
You hit.
Connect.
I'm so excited. I went, ah!
12.
Natural 20. 27.
16.
12. Getting close.
8.
18.
15.
23.
10,
21.
13,
18. Oh,
how many we got left?
He's got 63 to 19, so a few more left. What's 63 plus 19? 72, 82, 18 left.
18 left. Okay.
18 left and 4 failures to meet the 77.5 to not beat the record.
it's going to be close.
This is gonna be close.
6.
A natural 1.
Oh goodness.
13,
21.
9,
10.
8,
15.
ah, 7,
20.
7 again.
16.
9,
18.
7 again.
18 again.
7 again.
Oh my goodness. 16.
Come on, dice. Get up there. 12,
15.
13,
20.
10,
9. I think I have like 2 more misses.
4,
18.
not taking that. 12,
25.
11,
19.
7,
27.
8.
18.
Last roll.
Come on. 15.
25.
Ah.
Did I beat it?
Oh, Lily, what's the final score? 79 to
79
21.
to 21. What was the record? 23?
The record was 77.
What was?
The record was 77. You beat it by 2.
I beat it by 2.
A newbie. First day. Beats
the
base
by
record
2.
by 2. Second time shooting the weapon.
Yep.
Well, if that isn't going to be impressive,
Just by 2.
everyone congratulates you on breaking the base record.
Xmas thanks them, and thinks to himself, I'm gonna break my own record later.
I might have to come up with a slightly different variation of that, but yeah. And you are left to your own accord. It's definitely dark out now.
It was about the time when Maximus is like, all right, I definitely need to go to bed because I'm very tired.
Okay.
And so he'll head back to the barracks.
Okay, you head back to the barracks as well. It's definitely dark. being around 8 p.m.-ish. Again, there are no stars, no moon, but the light level is like a full moon. It's not dark.
Very easy for headlight eyes to get around.
Yeah. Practically any Nightbane with night vision. It's pretty easy to get around yet. When you get back to the barracks, you can go to sleep. No rolling for wilderness survival to hide or climb a tree or anything like that. Actually sleep in a bed.
And at normal sleeping hours for people.
Yeah.
When you get back, did I arrive before Maximus?
Yes.
You would notice the gun is now flipped right side up. As he has purpose and cares now.
Maximus will nod. And then, are you already in bed or?
Probably perusing for the last few hours. Probably waiting up for you, actually. Just kind of reading through the spell book. So I still have to give that back to Flora eventually. How'd your day go?
I shot things. Maximus sits down and starts cleaning his gun.
I got promoted.
Oh, did you now?
Shows you the lieutenant stripes. I think this means you have to salute me now. At ease.
He did not stand up, by the way, when he did that. He just,
Cook doesn't care.
from the seated position, did that.
He doesn't care. You shot things. That's good. You're doing what you're good at. It's gonna be a wild time. I'll get some sleep. I'm tired. Clutches the book.
Indeed. You've been up for more than 24 hours. After finishing cleaning his gun and everything, Maximus will also go to sleep.
Okay. You guys go to sleep. And this is just gonna mess my game time up so much.
I think we stayed up for the entirety, so traveled the night of... I've taken so many notes. How many pages? 27th, so it would have been the 28th morning of stay through the morning. Starting on the 29th, or the 9th, October 9th, morning of, because we stayed up for the entirety of the 8th. Travel through that night.
Okay. Phew. October 9th, 7 a.m. You get woke up by a general reveille.
General.
I
What?
don't think that was an actual general. I think it
Oh.
was like General Revelry.
I was going by the name General Revelry.
General Revelry, you know.
So I just...
That's awesome.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Beautiful moment.
Maximus will rise and don his uniform, which he probably didn't really take off, to be honest.
Yeah, you didn't.
See,
It's comfortable. There's no need.
Yeah, not really used to it. When he does rise, he will feed it a couple, like 13 PPE.
Trying to engorge it?
She said didn't have to just give it one. You could give it more.
Yeah, you can. It just needs one a month.
Yeah. And,
But yeah.
I mean, we're
Okay.
we're at a Nexus point, so it's like I got a lot of extra temp PPE to.
Yeah. You definitely got temp. Plenty of temp.
How much temp do we have in this Nexus point, Vaughn?
25 times. What are we, level 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 times 6.
25 times 6.
Which I'm failing on maths right now. So give me a second.
Well, it's 90.
90. There you go. 90.
That's right. Yeah, we've been over that. I forgot. Yep.
25 times 6 is not 90.
No, it's not. Holy crap. It's 900.
It's what?
What are you?
No, it's
saying?
not.
Boy,
I'm
you
tired.
guys are
It's
so
150.
comfortable.
What is
It's
going on with my
150.
brain? We were
Where
raised
did
by an
90 even
engineer.
come from?
How are we this bad at math? That's my bad. Wow, I
150.
produced so many different numbers. I don't know where my mind was going with that.
Your numbers were everywhere there.
I don't know what I was
100.
thinking. Oh,
There you go.
I know what I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find out what
Wake up.
morning routines are.
You see me putting on my uniform, which is all black now. A very distinguished self. It's a little bit of a sense of... I think I might be a little comfortable in this uniform now.
Maximus nods and then leaves.
It looks like most people are heading to a big compound area, maybe where breakfast is being served.
Maximus will head that direction.
I follow after. Speed up a little bit, get up next to Maximus. That was a bit nice, you know, not having to sleep on the ground in a tree.
You get to the door of the barracks that are being used as a mess hall, where you get basically mess hall. There's a couple of armed guards there, and they don't give any pause to Maxie. But as soon as you approach Cook, they go, "Oh, sir, excuse me, your mess is down there."
Oh, right. Well, this is going to take a lot of getting used to. Yep. Thank you. No.
And you head down a couple buildings to an officer's mess.
Before I go, I'll look at Maxie and we're like, I'll catch you later. You Good luck on your day-to-day. I think I might be redirected places now.
Indeed.
You going, Maxie?
Yeah,
It's a cafeteria style.
perfect. And
Lots of food to choose from.
I take it as per the use of everything. I haven't had to worry about my size at all, have I?
Nope.
Perfect.
And it's always an afterthought. You're like, well, hold it. How did I just walk through that door again?
Oh, cool. I'm gonna go get food.
Go get food.
I go to the officers' mess and get food as well.
You go to the officer's mess. It's also kind of a cafeteria style, but there's not much food sitting out. You grab a tray and you go into line, and the first person you see says, "What do you have, sir?"
8-ounce steak, medium rare.
Yes, sir.
Fried potato on the side. Sour
Okay.
cream, bacon bits. String greens.
Okay. Have a seat. I'll bring it out to you.
Well, howdy doody. Just kind of turn with a bit of a look of, that really worked. And go find a seat.
You see there are quite a few officers in here. Of varying ranks, but not very many black uniform officers. And none of them are giving you any looks. They are avoiding you like the plague.
Okay. Alright. And
After a few minutes, your food is brought out to you. Just what you ordered.
I will start examining the room, looking at people, use my see truth to see if I can see their facades.
Sure. No
Start
problem.
nonchalantly eating more. Learning what they look like in their fake form. And they're true. I'd probably
Okay, you
eventually
do.
pull out my book after that for a bit and eat while reading.
Okay. Take a couple hours at that if you wish. Maxie? What are you going to do after you're done eating?
Oh, when I leave the mess hall, I will turn to one of those guards and I will ask him, where do the new recruits usually go? Do we usually just wait in our barracks until we get a runner, or should I be going somewhere else?
You will always have a runner sent for you for a while until you get put actually into a command.
Perfect. Thank you. I will head back to my barracks, finish cleaning up my, or not finish cleaning up my gun, get my gun, and then head over to the shooting range again.
While you're at the mess hall, give me a perception.
11.
It almost slips by you. But on one of the walls, you see a big board called New Recruits. Lists a bunch of names, and there's a score after them. And guess who's on top?
Then what?
Maxie's on top of the board.
An approved nod.
And you go do some shooting. Spend the day just general target practice.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. No one is actually going to come for you today. They know where you are, and they have no problem with you being where you are. If you give me a whole 8 hours of target practice shooting, I will give you a +1 to strike with that weapon.
That is absolutely what he'll probably end up doing, because he's going to stay there until someone comes and gets him, or 8 hours goes by.
Okay. That is for you then, and for Cook.
I'm going to spend as much time as possible studying the spell book, the last spell, the difficult one. I've got
How much time have you got into it?
I've got 4 hours into it, and I've got a note saying it was 30 hours to do, or something like that.
Let's see here. Just to verify. Now, the studying of this is not multiplied.
Yeah. Still at slow rate, is there a way to multiply it? Like, can I awaken this book too, or is it just the POM?
It doesn't seem like it wants to be awakened or anything like that.
Okay. Just the POM then. Yeah, I'll spend...
It's 30 hours, so you can study however long you want.
I'll go find my office, I suppose, to do that in.
Okay.
What I'm now calling the DCI, Department of Corrupt Items. That, for the most part, will be what I do for the day. Just study. Whenever I'm at the mess hall, study the people who are in there. See if I can find some clicks and social mannerisms of what they do. Who they spend time with, in the mess hall, that is. And in general, test the mess hall. Start asking for obscure items. Like tiramisu, which is difficult to make, and blackened chicken Alfredo, and all these other different, like Black Forest salmon. There's no such thing. Just want to see what they do, basically.
For the most part, whatever you ask for, they will produce. If it's something that doesn't exist, they'll say, "Sorry, sir, we don't have that." Anything else?
There's a limit. And then I give them something else.
Okay. For the day, Maxie, you get a lot of spectators as you're practicing. It seems like there might even be some betting going on. But nothing's ever been to your face. But no one will come for you for today. So you can stop and go get lunch, come back, do some more, stop, go get dinner, and then go back to the barracks. And after a full day, you'll get a +1 to strike.
Wait.
Cook, you also will not be disturbed. far as social cliques, there really aren't that any in the mess hall. You will see the officers of the same division tend to stick together and talk division stuff. But there's really no buddies or camaraderie or anything like that happening in the officers' mess. You learn that right now there are 3 Division 4 officers.
Well, shit. Does that include me?
That's including you.
What?
You have the captain who's in charge of magic, and then there's another captain that's in charge of intelligence gathering, and then you, captain in charge of cursed objects. Or no, not captain, but lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
So running into another black officer uniform is very, very difficult. You haven't seen one outside of the operations base that you guys work out of. And beyond that, that is what we'll call it for the night.
Whew. This... Wow.
We joined a military group.
Like I said,
so conflicted.
This was the next step chapter, so to say, in the story arc that you guys were participating in. You are now major players. And you will be definitely, after a little bit more training, and I got to get Maxie assigned to an actual group.
I might have ideas.
You will be definitely doing some more missions.
Perfect. Ah.
I just didn't want to throw you into anything just yet.
I mean, you gave us a ton of information today, so we're going to be digesting that for a bit.
For a bit.
I am very excited. I did not see that coming, so what? Thank you. That was amazing.
He's got a gun, a big gun.
Oh, wonderful.
And we'll see where it goes from here.
Excellent.
Chances of dying.
You know, in a month or two, it might be General Maximus and General Cook.
Maximus.
Oh no. Remember Cook's first name that he hasn't told anyone yet?
Yep.
Oh, that could be interesting. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for the black suit. I'm excited for the lieutenant rank. He still may be a little nervous and a little unsure as to what to think about that, but it's furthering a goal.
By the way, there is such thing as black forest salmon.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess my mind was remembering something that my brain was saying, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. But yeah.
Well, cool.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Remember, join us tomorrow for Tales of Andrea. And then on Tuesday for Into the Nightmare. And then the following weekend, we are off for the holidays.
Holiday.
Yes.
And then we'll come back after the holidays and probably start doing some kill missions.
Yeah. Also, I mean, don't forget, tomorrow is, seeing as we're not going to be meeting for Tales of Andrea on that Sunday, some of us are going to do some dress-ups. We'll come in different looks, cosplay of sorts.
Awesome.
So, tune in for that. Also, then the sounds you've been hearing, the wonderful little ambiances. I was a little thrown off by this realm itself, so I didn't quite find good music for it. Next time I'll have better music, I promise. But Syrinscape, it's a wonderful online platform that you can share with all of your players, even when you meet remotely. I genuinely recommend going and taking them a look. They have a huge, massive library to look through, which is daunting, but just type a keyword, you'll find something. It's beautiful. Check it out.
It's very good.
Bye-bye. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Au revoir.
The end may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and shouts.